Welcome, Army fans. This is Joe Iacano with new Army safety commit from Naples, Florida, Emrhe Pray. Emrhe committed about 10 days ago now, 9 or 10 days ago, a little over last weekend when he had his official visit. And he's a member of the recruiting class of 2025. So heading into his senior year in high school. Emrhe, how's the weekend going for you?
Oh, I'm having a great weekend. I'm excited to be on this podcast and talk to you and be a Black Knight.
Awesome. So, your father has become kind of an overnight sensation on social media with a viral tweet about your official visit to West Point and what a great time you guys had and what a good job the coaching staff did and the entire team at West Point kind of hosting you guys and taking care of y'all. So, talk to me a little bit about that official visit and what eventually made you decide to pull the trigger and commit.
Well, the official visit was nothing like me or my family expected. They really showed how much they cared about us. For example, like a little minute thing was I forgot my name tag one day. All the coaches still knew my name, knew who I was. Um, as we were walking and touring the facilities, everybody just seemed to like each other, have a close connection, and it seemed to be a brotherhood. And it was a really strong sense of community that I felt, and that ultimately led to me deciding to commit, especially because of how the coaches treated me, and it felt like home almost.
Awesome. That's great news, great feedback to hear. I believe that your recruiting has primarily been handled by cornerback coach Daryl Dixon. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about the relationship you developed with Coach Dixon, who's been at West Point almost Jeff Monken's entire tenure. He's one of the most veteran coaches on the staff. Really, really well respected. Really knows what he's doing. He's Army's defensive passing game coordinator, I believe, which is pretty impressive. Talk to me a little bit about your relationship with Coach Dixon and how the conversation went with him when you decided to commit.
I originally met Coach Dixon 2, 3 months prior to the visit, obviously, and he called me, just gave me a quick brief about what Army's like, what he's expecting. And for me, it's important to have a coach, especially on defense, that looks like me. You know, him being black and me being black, I feel like I can relate to him. And then on the visit, he really did sell my dad, because at that point it's selling me, but he also did sell my dad. Like he could relate to him in a lot of ways. He's from Florida. I'm from Florida, so that helped a
Yep.
lot. It was really nice meeting Coach Dixon, and I really respect him as a coach, and I'm excited to play for him.
Well, that's great. And as I know you already know, Emory, the opportunity to earn a West Point education degree sets up a lot for you for your future, regardless of what your football future holds. Either way, amazing school, amazing military opportunities as an officer, as well as the opportunity to play on an up and coming football team that's new to the American Athletic Conference with potential opportunities to play in the newly expanded college football playoff, the Army Navy game, which is one of the biggest, most popular games in all of college football. And last but not least, Coach Woody coaches an extremely aggressive defense. So, how does your play as a safety, do you think, going to fit into what Coach Woody and Coach Dixon are trying to do defensively?
So at my size, I was blessed with great size, length. I can run. So in his defense, after watching film on the visit and talking with Coach, the outside linebackers coach, Coach John Luce, I realized like there's not anything that I can't do. And after watching film, NFL player Jimmy Charles, I believe his name is, me and him I'm
Yep.
getting recruited as the exact same position. Um, I plan on using my length because I'm very good in coverage, but I also do like to rush, and I'm fast and explosive, so like I can play off the line. And I'm excited honestly because that's the type of defense I play in high school, and I'm really excited to play that in college.
Yeah, that Apache position, interesting. I didn't know you were being recruited as an Apache, but that's really cool. It's really a highlight position for Army's defense. You mentioned Jimmy Charlo, who's with the Jets currently. Malcolm Morrison was his predecessor at Apache. He actually got a tryout with the Raiders and probably would have made it, but just decided to go into the Army instead as an officer. So a lot of highlights there for that Apache position. It really allows you to play all over the field, and that's really cool to have somebody with your size and speed playing that position. Rivals has you listed at 6'3", 190, I believe. Is that pretty accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good stuff. You'll be a good fit for that position for sure.
Yeah.
And the 2025 class, it's early on in the recruiting cycle for Army, but it's shaping up to be a really talented class. With you, I interviewed Max Finisi, a three-star defender a couple of weeks ago, baseball and football player, Jaden Pine. Talk to me a little bit about the 2025 class. Have you been in touch with any of those guys or any of the other guys
Yeah.
from the class? And kind of what's the chatter like around the excitement with your recruiting class?
On the visit, I met another receiver, Noah Dolman. He's a big guy and he's real fast, really athletic, runs track, does hurdles. From me and his conversations, we're just both really excited to go play for West Point. And it's just like a great experience that not everybody gets to have. And it's just awesome being able to commit and then have teammates that you're already talking to, get close to players before even getting to the school. And we're excited and personally, I don't like to lose. I want to win. And hopefully when we get there, I'll have the opportunity to help West Point win as much as we can. And it's just a great experience I was blessed with.
Very cool. And last but not least, Emrhe, how does it feel to know, I know the recruiting process, while it's fun and exciting, it can be pretty stressful as well. So how does it feel to know that you're committed now and you can really focus on your senior season down at Naples Community?
Right. It's a big relief. I was real stressed. It's a lot when coaches are constantly texting you and asking you to come to see their program, talk to coaches, and it's a lot. It's really stressful. And then after that visit with Army, I had to take a day. I had to take a little bit of time and come home and really decide whether I wanted to go to that school or not, because the visit was great, but at the end of the day, that's a coach's job to really get you want to go to that school. So I took a day to not base my commitment off of my emotions or how I felt at the time. And I'm just, it's awesome. And it's great that I'm finally committed and I don't have to deal with the stressful pressure and I can just go play football this year.
Awesome. Well, Emrhe, best of success to you in your senior season. We look forward to seeing you up on the banks of the Hudson in 2025, either as a prepster or direct admit, whichever path you end up taking, and the excitement of getting to play in the newly renovated stadium when you start your career should be pretty awesome as well. So thank you very much for taking the time today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Army fans, this has been Joe Iacano with 2025 Commit. Emrhe Pray. Go Army, beat Navy.